What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Big P on the block. You already know I rock. Back in this thing like I left some, you feel me? New to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, be a part of this G Nation. It's a G Nation. If you win, use a G, my nigga, straight like that. Let's get into this content. We got Colin Cowherd on the herd, you feel me? One asking the question, why didn't the Bears start Caleb Williams? Everybody started their quarterback. Shout out to Julian W. Lucas Sports, man. I mess with his channel. Y'all go support him as well. If you like sports, he always got some good content on sports. But we going to get into this take of what Colin said, and then I'm going to give my, assessment at the end. But let's go.
There's people who have played against quarterbacks. And so the tiers are pretty predictable. I don't have any real squabbles. Your tier one is Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Lamar Jackson, Stafford. I agree with that. Tier two is Daniels, Herbert, Goff, C.J. Stroud, Jalen Hurts, Baker, Dak, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy. I'd have, tier three, they got Bo Nix closer to the middle than the top. I'd probably change that. But here's what's interesting. Caleb Williams is bottom of tier three, but 15 voters, about 30% of voters, already knowing what a mess the Bears were last year that wasn't Caleb's fault, the coaching staff, 15 voters have Caleb in tier four. Tier four, I'm not even putting on the screen. It's old Russell Wilson. It's Daniel Jones. It's Spencer Rattler. It's Joe Flacco. 30% of the voters are, not going to work. That's alarming. Here's the other thing. There were a couple of quotes from coaches, and I've said I'm rooting for Caleb. I'm now in Chicago a lot. I want the football team to be good. Here's two quotes from coaches. One of them, a defensive coordinator, who said in terms of processing ability and getting the ball out of his hands, he was the worst quarterback we played against. He holds the ball forever. A head coach in the NFL said his processing to me was alarming. Watching the tape. Alarming. Also, before the game, a lot of quarterbacks played. Joe Burrow played. Mahomes played. Ben Johnson, because they had a scrimmage against Miami earlier in the week, Ben Johnson decided not to play him at all yesterday, and here was Ben Johnson's reasoning.
There is no substitute for real live bullets. I get that, but at the same time, when you can accumulate 70-plus reps in a day, that's pretty good. That goes a long way in terms of where you want to go with the connection with the quarterback and his pass catchers.
Yeah, and a lot of other quarterbacks in those inter-squad games, whatever you want to call them, they had 60, 70 snaps too. Bryce Young played. Joe Burrow played. Mahomes played. Spencer Rattler played. Everybody but Tom Brady played this weekend. And he did not. Caleb didn't.
Man, oh man, when you're right, sometimes you're right, man. I'm a Packers fan. I know it come out like, man, you just don't like the Bears. No. I rooted for Caleb. Still do. I want him to succeed, not against my team, but I still wish him success. But we got to put 2 and 2 together. He didn't have a good showing last year. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't, you feel me, number one draft pick. They was killing Bryce Young. Now, the heat is on Caleb to perform. And everybody and their mama played a little bit, either took, 2 series or a couple series. They got some reps in. Why wasn't Caleb Williams starting? Now, let's just check the facts. We know that he been struggling in camp. We know he got a new offensive system that he's trying to learn. So I'm giving him a break on that because, learning new schemes is, difficult, especially to, rookies. All this playing quarterback is hard. All this information you got to diagnose. But you got GMs coming out saying he holds the ball too long. He's not processing. He's not seeing the field, basically. That's what it means. When you're not seeing the field, you don't know what reads to go to. You know, misreading coverages and all that. So, it is pretty interesting. Everybody and their mama played a series or two in preseason football. Caleb Williams was a no-show. Now, was this the Bears trying to, like, hide Caleb? Because, like I said, he already was struggling in practice. Then, the coach, Ben Johnson, that came out and said, we're not where we need to be right now. But then when he started talking about the backup, who was Caleb Williams' backup, he raved about him. Oh, he's sharp as a whip and, you know, pay attention to detail. Like Caleb ain't paying attention. Like Caleb not getting in the system. So was the Chicago Bears trying to protect their young quarterback by not putting him out there? I believe he should have played. You know, even if he making mistakes, he's getting a familiarity. Damn, I butchered that word. He's getting familiarized with the system. This is what the preseason is for. I jumped on the Packers back and Jordan Love back, you know, off the rip because I was mad. But this is what the preseason is for. Make mistakes, make them early, but learn from them. Are the Bears hiding Caleb Williams? Why? I think they is, because it's going to show that he can't run that system, or it's probably make Coach Ben Johnson look bad. But, or, who knows? He probably, you know, pick it up, and he probably has some minor, you know, lingering injuries, you know, soft tissue or something. These things is, you know, very difficult to tell, but from what GMs is saying, what Colin said, yeah, it looked like, you know, the young quarterback been struggling. They don't want to put bad film out there because they're like, I know it, he's a bust. You know, it's too late. I mean, it's too early to be speculating bust anyway on Caleb Williams. He's still, you know, the jury hasn't reached a verdict yet. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Did the Chicago Bears purposely hide Caleb Williams because he's struggling and doesn't have Ben Johnson's system down, or do you think he's good to go and, you know, he's gonna kill it when season come around? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. You already know, football season, baby. Go Pack, go.